Hi, my name is Tara Bergener, and I'm going to share some of the changes that I made this week for my authenticate and validate changes to my code. In my server.js, I have my passport linking me to my env file where I can find my client ID, my GitHub client secret, and my callback URL. And then further down, my serialized and deserialized, so I can log in and out as a user, and then my messages to say who is logged in or logged out at that time. So that links me to my index.js file in my roots, which will then link me to my animals file, where everything is authenticated. So then in my animals file, you can see some of the things that were added. The animals or the validation was added so that the validation could be added to my post and my put, so that they can't have missing fields when they're put in, and then authenticated as well was added for my post, put, and delete, which function comes from the authenticated.js in my middleware. Now I'm going to show on render, grab my render URL and then log into that. Here it says logged out. If we go to our API docs, it will show me like our main page. My animals function will still work and does come up with all of my database elements. However, if I go to my post and try to post a new animal, it is going to tell me that I do not have access because I was logged out. So now if I go back and go to log in as my extension, it does say that I'm logged in as Tara Bergener, and that will give me access. If I were to type log out, it will log me back out. So I'll go back in and then go to our API docs. Now we're gonna execute this first one, or the get all function, and then we are going to copy some of this information for our tiger shark. And actually, we're just going to create a new one because I don't really need anything other than for them to be strings and that they are all required. If I do have any information that is missing and I try to execute that, it will give me my validation error, validation failed, which does come from this validate.js middleware. Validation failed and the success was false. And then it does give me my error code saying the endangered field is required. So if I try that again and just put the same string and execute it this time it does come back with a 204 response, no content, which is a good thing. And we can refresh our get all, and it does give me my any addition to my database. Now, if I go to MongoDB and go to my collections here, you can also see that it is updated in my MongoDB as well. For here, now I'm going to grab this, mostly just this ID, and take it to my get, run that, and it does bring up my any. Then if I add that to my put as the one I want to update, I'll just grab this ID, take that away, and we'll just change a couple of things. Rattlesnake, and let's just see if our validation error works again. Execute, and it does give us a false, and the validation failed for our put as well, our update. But then if we go back and change that and execute it, it does give us a 204 code. So if we close that, let's execute this again here and now get all, and you can see that it is updated to Rattlesnake, and in our MongoDB, we can update that, refresh the page, and that is also updated to Rattlesnake. Finally, we are just gonna snatch this ID and put it into our delete function and execute. This one always gives me an error response. So I know I need to change something in how the error code is written, I'm sure. But it does work. If I go back to my get all function, the rattlesnake is gone. And if I refresh the page in my MongoDB, it is gone as well.